Good morning. This is day 13 of my water fast. Yesterday I had my second interview. So I had to deal with anxiety and stress, which was at a very little. It was a little amount. Um, so that didn't really bother me on a big level like it used to. I just remember to breathe and take my time. And by the time I got to my interview, I was more relaxed and calm because I understood that I'm qualified for this. This is my profession and I do have the skills for the job. So I went in, I had a good interview. One thing that I did different, which I was very proud of myself for, I kind of asked a lot of questions of the company also so that I could understand what I was getting into. Normally, how I would do, I would just answer all the questions and I wouldn't ask them hardly, barely anything. So I would come into a position where I had to find out as I go. So that was different. Um, so I'm waiting on uh, a phone call or a message of whether whether I got it or not, and I'm very comfortable with that. I'm not stressed out about it or anything. So I'm very happy about the way that I'm handling the situation. So I was thinking about everything that happened yesterday and how stress and anxiety affects us as as people, and especially if we are addicted to something. How it motivates us, how we take that stress and anxiety, and instead of dealing with it, we create situations that ultimately is to our demise. Because after the thing that we're stressed about, after it's handled one way or another, the other situation that we created, we have to deal with. Um, and it just adds and adds and adds onto each other. And the more situations we create, the more stress we have. That's a way of us having some kind of control over our lives because we know that we out of control when it comes to overeating, how we feel, and all sorts of things in our life is out of control. So we look for things to control. And the only way we can control something is if we create it ourselves. So it's like, how do we get out of this situation that we created? And I don't have the answer to that one because I know that I'm still dealing with situations I created on my own. A lot of it has to do with how I handled people and how I handled the responsibilities that I have, especially when it comes to financial. Now, financially, we get ourselves in trouble because we don't deal with money well. We don't deal with handling our bills, paying things that we know have to be paid. We put off things. We create reasons to kind of get behind because most of us we don't get up. We don't take control of like going out and making sure we even get the mail. If the mail is not close to us, it just piles up. They can be statements and people offering things, but we're very limited in our life when we are isolated because of the amount of food that we eat. Um, and being isolated to that degree is I don't have the quite words for that type of isolation. But people that's in that situation right now, they know, they understand that it's not because they want to be isolated and secluded and not functioning in their life right now. It's just the amount of control that food has on them. Their whole life is centered around food. Um, get up. You think about um, what I'm gonna eat in the morning, and before you eating that, you're looking around trying to figure out what I'm gonna eat for lunch. So if you get up like 7, you have created what your day is gonna be at 12. So you're just sitting around to 12, and you have this really good feeling because now you have something to do. You're going to create the lunch, and then while you're doing that, you're figuring out what I'm going to do for dinner. So you just mope around, sit around, and your excitement is when you get up to create that dinner. So that's your whole entire day. It's surrounded around um, what your meal's gonna be, and it's very very hard. And when you're dealing with anxiety, and when you're dealing with stress, and when you're dealing with mobility, and all of this stuff adds together, it's just crippling. So that's a part of the reason why I'm trying to do this, and why I put myself out here to show people how to turn this around, how to not be trapped anymore. Because as human beings, we're created for excellence, and just to be trapped inside of yourself day after day, you're not being who you want to be. So yeah, I really did. Yesterday, I really had a very good day, a very good experience. And I'm happy. I had to interview with like 4 people, which is crazy, but I handled myself well, and I spoke up, and I understood that if it's meant to be, it's going to be. And I don't, if I don't supposed to be there, then I don't want to be there. So, thanks everybody for watching, and I hope that I could help someone. I hope this helps someone. Goodbye, and I'll see you the next time. Thanks.